Hey, in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use Domo to create curated and customized alerts and notifications that can be sent to your end users using services such as Microsoft Teams or Slack. So to begin, Domo does have out-of-the-box email capabilities, but I find that emails often get overlooked and it's a very slow form of communication, especially internally. Emails can get lost, put in spam, who knows what. So I actually prefer something like Slack or Microsoft Teams to send notifications. And so in this example here, I'm going to be notifying an account team, so the AE and the CSM in my organization, anytime there's an upsell opportunity for a customer, and I'm going to tag them in Slack and point them to a dashboard that shows product usage so that they can follow up with the customer. So I'll explain more about what's going on here, but I wanted to give a quick demo and I will explain what's going on. But I'm going to run this data set, and once I run it as a sales rep, I will be tagged in some channels. And so in this case here, I've been tagged in some certain channels, and I am Ellie Bot. That's me, the sales rep. Basically, a short message was given saying, "Hey, Lender Consulting just powered up their first cloud amplifier connector. Consider reaching out to them." Link to the dashboard. So then I can click in here, and in this case, link to the dashboard. Ideally, I could use like p filtering to make it specific so that it just shows this specific customer. But you can see I'm tagged with the account team member in all these in these channels. So that's pretty awesome. Let's talk about real quick how I accomplish this. If we come back to the flow chart, the first thing is you're going to need a data set in Domo that provides all this information, right? So in this case, with upsell opportunities, it comes from product usage. I would need to know who the AE and CSM, maybe that's stored in Salesforce. And then I also need to know what the Slack account is. And so if you come over here, this is my example data set where, um, you know, ideally I would use Magic ETL to find all this stuff from different data sources. And if you notice here, actually, the assigned AE and CSM is a interesting ID, and this is actually the Slack ID of the user. Um, to get that, you actually have to go to the Slack API, and there's a data set, or sorry, there's an API that you can hit to get this data. So I had to do that as part of this project. So that is a consideration in order to tag someone in Slack. You do need to know their user ID. But then in terms of like crafting the message in the dashboard link, this is all something that I would recommend you do in a Magic ETL. So, we would figure out what notifications need to be sent and then craft a message. And then the way we're actually accomplishing the sending of the message is we're doing a JSON post write back. So this actually takes the data from the previous data set and sends it over to a specific URL. Um, that is powering our write back. And so I actually did this part with Make, which I've mentioned in other videos, but it's one of my favorite integration services. Basically, it gives you an endpoint that you can hit, and so you can send the data. So Domo sends the data to this endpoint via post request, and then it's able to do logic where it'll create a channel. If there's no channel, invite users to the channel, and then create a message. So that's how we're actually accomplishing the final part of this solution here. So overall, yeah, we're leveraging Domo, Make as an integration service, and then Slack as a notification service to accomplish this, to create these customized and curated notifications. And so, like I said before, there's lots of different use cases you could use this for. I just really like the idea of being able to tag people, right? Using Domo as our data warehouse, be able to tag people when things change within an organization. And then whether it's creating a channel or tagging people in the channel, that helps instill motivation or it motivates people to do something about the notification. So, yeah, anyway, hope you found this helpful. Like I said, there's lots of considerations here. Getting the right data in Domo. So in this case, needing Salesforce data, CRM data, Slack data, and then having an integration service, right? If you want a free trial of Make, you can get a free trial. That's what I'm currently on, is just a free trial. And then leveraging your IM software of choice, whether that's Microsoft Teams or Slack. These integration services have connections to both of those. So would definitely recommend checking that out. But yeah, hope you found this helpful. Thanks.